Welcome everyone. Welcome to another day of BA Agile Scrum. If you all can hear me well, just unmute you and say yes.
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 Yeah, thank you so much
Yes.
for a quick confirmation. So let's get started. We'll first go ahead with the quick reminder. I'm going to share my record, my screen for that, and we'll go through the quick guidelines as a code of honor. The very first one that that being agilist, you need to show up live every single time, and be it online or offline. You be on time, remain punctual, remain highly committed. In case you are not practitioner of this, considering this training itself as a project and showcasing these traits will let you be the practitioner of it in long run, because it is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything. And you chose to learn, you became a student, but we want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignments, be it said or unsaid. What is said and unsaid assignment, for that please refer to the day one's recording. Full stack student who do self research, repeat what they learn, that makes you full stack student. And while you do so, um, you finish what you start and you hit the success, you can take the full responsibility of that. But when you don't start even what is asked to finish, you may hit the failure. And even sometime you start but you give up in midway and you don't complete that, then also you may hit the failure. So for that also, please take the full responsibility of that, be it success or failure. So while it is failure, you may acknowledge it, embrace it, and then go back and correct it. And when you correct it, you would realize that failure was not a failure, it was trail to the success. But to do so, it really requires a concrete mindset. The very first one is lean Kaizen, means continuous improvement. And for that, you need to have a continuous learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free, in a way that you can deliver any project even in the stringent timeline and with the lack of resources. And more you do that, you will find yourself you are getting loaded in gratitude, that leads to the highest productivity. And while you do so, to enhance and um strengthen your mindset, uh, you remember to keeping your receptivity heightened. And for that, we have something to which we call it as a 30 days challenge. To participate in it, this is complimentary recommendation, not mandate. You need to send me 30 DC so that I can send you the link how you can participate into this 30 days challenge. The impact it creates in your every single daily outcome that you do every single day, that is something recommendable, and that's the reason I recommend this. And if you're learning anything new, remember to follow this golden quadrant of learning. In fact, in this training, we follow this golden quadrant of learning that comes with the 4 step. The very first one is declaration with the anchor, and then take a deep dive into deep learning is the second one. We do both the elements over here. And third is drawing using pen and paper. After your learning is done, it's 24 hours. And once you could draw that, you can choose to flaunt it when you are producing the summary of your learning. It is mandatory, and it is said that any complex learning, if you put it into this first step golden quadrant of learning and repeat it minimum 3 times, you will find yourself growing as a novice to expert in the topic that you chose to summarize in a way that even 5 years old can understand. And make sure that your summary be the video summary and should not be more than 3 minutes, but minimum should be of 90 seconds. How you can draw this or draw this, you can just use pen and paper, and you can just model like this mind map, and you can go ahead. So we'll follow this declaration with the anchor first and then deep learning. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select it, and I will put the anchor first. Anchor is going to be a quick self fi. Just now you heard on your speaker at the count of three. So I'll just count one, two, three, and clap. You are going to model this, and then I'm going to read the selected statement on your screen. Can you all see the selected statement on the screen?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
unmute and say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for quick confirmation. Kindly model me. One, two, three, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a
I'm a
quick
quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
What
others
others
can
can
learn
learn
and
and
master,
master,
I too can do that.
I too
I
can do
too
that.
can do that.
One more time with the selected statement. One, two, three, and clap and repeat. Because I'm a quick learner,
Because I'm a
Because
quick
I'm a
learner,
quick learner,
today's learning is going to be
today's
today's
learning is
learning
going
is
to
going
be
to be
super duper easy to me.
super
super
duper
duper easy
easy
to me.
to me.
Yeah, it is going to be because you said so. And remember, while you do so, um, follow this to be the giver, keeping ego away on the path of learning that makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. When I said spiritually grounded means your happiness level increases, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. And while you do so, you are not, you just need to remember that you are not here to just gate place, but also to start earning more. And it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And in case you are already earning, you can choose to, give away 5% of 10% of your earning into the causes wherever you believe in. But in case you are not earning, can you have an intention that you will give away 5% or 10% of your earning once you get placed at list? So in what all causes like feeding hungry children, donating into orphanages or old age home, or to temple, churches, mosque, or gurudwara, wherever you believe in. And while you do so, remember to appreciate what you do, what others do for you, and even it doesn't seem to helping you back, continue to do so, because that's the universal law. It says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. And uh, eventually, why you need to give away? You need to give away because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that none of us are here for survival, but everyone is here for the sake of grow, for the reason of growth as well. So continue to do so. And how we are going to remain connected? Remember, every Sunday we are meeting for technical session at 10 p.m. Monday we are going to meet for technical session at 10 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday, you must attain the RRP session. That is the gateway for your placement, which is strengthens your visibility, create more credibility, and ready you to enhance your marketability for your placement. And Wednesday, you can choose to do the assignment, be it said or unsaid, from the learning of Sunday. Friday, you can choose to do the assignment from the learning of Monday. And in case still you have not done, Saturday, you can choose to complete your assignment or do your own research or prepare any question that you want to answer on the next technical session, that is on Sunday. And in case you need not to do this, any of things, Saturday, you can choose to relax or have a breather day. So with this note, let's continue from where we had left off. So what we were discussing yesterday, who remember that?
About the sprint review.
Yeah, sprint
Yes.
review.
So almost in sprint review, we were talking about quality, and thank you for remembering and thank you for your answer. So in this review, we are moving towards done factor. We will invite client in this review meeting, and we give them demonstration. But before that, we need to understand two elements, that is PBI, to which we call it as a product backlog item. What do we call it as to PBI?
Backlog item.
Product
Product
backlog
backlog item.
items. Yeah, you are right. Along with a DOD on which we need to focus upon. So the full form of DOD, who can tell me?
Definition of done.
Definition of done.
Absolutely right. So we will start with this element to which we call it as a DOD. That's definition of done. And for that, I'm going to share my screen. So let me know once you can do that, see that. Yeah. Can you all see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So wait a second. Yeah, I want someone to read the baseline for me and the slide.
DoD is a shared understanding within the Scrum team on what it takes to make your product increment releasable.
Yeah, that's a very vital and valid question that you should be asking to anyone. Then when we say that DoD is a shared understanding, it means that this is responsibility of every single person who is in your team. Okay, and whoever is there in the project, and you need to ask these people that and you should be also aware with the entire Scrum team that what it takes to make your product increment and releasable. In fact, before you answer that, I want you all to start thinking. What do you think that because you are working in the sprint, and in every sprint, some or one component what we have decided as a part of prioritize backlog item, we are making them a sprint goal, and as an outcome it is always out within certain timeline and getting deployed for customer. But what exactly that makes this releasable? That should be your question. Okay. And in this series itself, I have more question further. Okay. When you say that what makes it more releasable, you can ask in a with the other relevant questions as well. When we say releasable, when we say releasable means done itself. Okay, it's ready to be done. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
when it is done, marked as done, it means it is releasable. And now this answer you need to give me. Okay, the answer is, what do you think? What makes a rocket to launch? Okay, does it take for a rocket to launch, and at what time people say now let's start backward counting because we are going to launch it? So that's one question. The similar answer goes with this, with the second question, second bullet point, which says that for any service engineer to call the customer for the delivery of his or her vehicle, at what time he is very much assured that okay, now is the time to call the customer and saying it is done, he or she can take his her vehicle. Okay, at the same in the similar manner, what does it take for a doctor to say the surgery is success or not success or whatever? Okay, so when he can see that it is done? Okay, what does it take? So start thinking and give me the answer with the last question. What does it take for a development team to put the product into production? And for all this question there is one answer. Based on that, you know the team will say okay, it is done. Can you think of any one answer which is of two words?
When all the process is complete.
Okay, yeah, that you are right.
When the process is complete and the product is working.
Yeah, so but that's not two words. So my you are right. See, whatever the answer you will give, but there
Testing completed.
Completely done?
Testing completed.
When
When
when it meets all the criteria mentioned in the definition of done.
right, right, absolutely right. But to which
when, uh,
can you
when it
some
meets the checklist,
who gave that answer?
it's me, Soundarya.
Yeah, Saundarya, absolutely right. Can we give a round of applause to Saundarya? Absolutely right answer, Saundarya. Yeah, thank you for choosing these two words, checklist. If you'll go back and ask yourself, in every single question, we have one thing common, okay? Your acceptance criteria, whatever you said when work is done, everything is right. But if you'll see for a common answer, you will find that yeah, so even this person should be maintaining certain checklists. He will see if it is everything is marked done, 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 done. Then he may say, okay, let's go ahead and it's ready to launch. Of course, you gave the answer once everything is tested. Everything is tested and everything should be test parsed, has to be listed down. Okay, we are listing down every single item under user story when it comes to software delivery. Yes or no? Yeah, do you all agree with that? Everything we are maintaining under a user story. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yeah.
user stories are yielding multiple tasks and subtasks. Okay, so once everything is marked done, moved from to do to doing to done on the Kanban board, then there will be a time when even user stories has to be also marked as done. And in case you have a list of all the user story and you see that everything is moved to done, you can mark these list of the user stories as a checklist and continue to mark them as done, and during the review you can simply announce it is deployable. Okay, but for that you need to understand what all can move to the done. So for now, you know that we are talking about task and subtasks. These will move to done, right? Once it is completed, you will simply move them into done. Once these are test pass, you will move them into done. But their parents, like user stories, that even require to be moved to move into done, because its children, its branches have been moved to done. It cannot be sitting alone into doing position or to do position in if it's all correspondent or belonging task subtask features are moved to done. Are you with me, everyone, and understanding what I mean to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if that is the case, then of course user story will move to done. And if user stories are multiple user stories are coined up from one epic, then eventually even epic will move to done. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
So the next slide says that what exactly it means. Anything which is to be marked as done before delivering has to be agreed amongst engineering team, scrum master, product owner. Everything will be in the sync. Everyone should be in the sync. First, engineering team developers will say that from my end, my activities are done. Tester would say from my end, my activities are done. Then business analyst would say from my end my activities are done. So eventually every single member of engineering team, they will move their task and subtask into done. Master will make sure the parents, like user stories are not sitting idle. Okay, and it has also been moved to done. Product owner will ensure that whatever the epics have been the part of that, he will check with scrum master, have been also moved to done. So in this league, we are making sure if user story has been moved to done, then code deployment has to be moved to done, because based on these checklist only, as a part of multiple user story, we decide that code can be deployed if the entire user story has to be moved to done. Once even code is deployed, there should be a ticket for code deployment. Okay, when we are talking about the ticket, it means in Jira we have various we have not only just Jira is just an example. You have done the assignment related to various project management tool you explored. Someone gave one summary video on iScrum, someone gave on Jira, someone gave on DevOps, and there are multiple n number of project management tool. You decide or you, whatever tool your organization is choosing, in that you can create a code deployment ticket, user story ticket, release ticket, sprint ticket. Okay, so release will be the part of sprint. Inside the release, there will be part of code deployment. Inside code deployment, there will be multiple epic. In the multiple epic, there will be multiple user story. Inside multiple user story, in every user story, there could be multiple tasks and activities and subtasks and features, and will be assigned to individual. So your responsibility is okay till user story. DevOps team will be moving to the code deployment, and then as a scrum master and or product owner, you will see that your release and sprint has been moved to done as well. Then you can step into the next sprint as well. With me so far, everyone, and you understood what exactly I mean over here, the hierarchy part? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So when we are saying the crucial part is that it's okay, sprint can be of the one liner, release can be of the one liner. So as a matter of fact, let me show you using one tool, or using one, let me bring in front of you a project management tool, how it may sound. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen further again. I'm sharing over the Google. Okay. Can you all see Google? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to try to open just Jira. Okay. Inside Jira, directly it is landing towards the board. On the board, you can see we have like Kanban board, to do, in progress, review, and done. Okay. You see here multiple teams are working, and you can see that who is doing what. So they are currently working on only one user story. Okay. And these user story and, epics can be created. And because you have just logged into Jira, event, immediately you see the create button. Can you all see here create button?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just click on that, and when you click on that, you can choose the project. Okay. If you are the part of multiple project, generally, if you are product owner, you can handle multiple product projects. Okay. And you can choose one, uh, and under a project you create as a product owner multiple epics. Okay. When we say multiple epic, can someone give me the example that how one epic can be created? I mean, give me example in a banking enterprise with the one, two, or three example that you will consider them as an epic.
Login details.
Okay. Login details of whom?
Customer.
Yeah. The user.
Okay. In banking, you are saying that login details of customers. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So when you are saying login details, but where they will log in?
The
Their
website.
website.
Page.
Website.
Website. Okay. So it means that this is the part of web banking. It means net banking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
but so net banking can become the parent, because you will not just log in into that. You will do
Yes.
multiple activities into that.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes.
So net banking can be one of the epic, but thinking that okay, for net banking it is working. But imagine if net banking itself is a project, big project.
I
For
think website creation is the epic for that.
Okay, yeah, website creation can be epic. What else could be epic? Banking website epic. Banking
Yes.
website creation can be one of the epic. Okay, definitely. And inside that, what else can happen?
But net
Maybe
banking
the
can be a part of this.
loan application.
Browser, all the product details.
Yeah. Product details, right? Could be the another epic. That's right. Website creation. Then multiple products. So products will be another section, and inside these products, the it
Yes.
can be card section, it can be loan section, it can be account opening section. So there could be multiple things you are looking at. Okay, and if these are epic, then you can have the dedicated user stories as well. Say for example, it can be the fund transfer is one of the epic, and inside there could be multiple stories, like fund transfer can be done using NEFT, using ACH, using NSCHA, using RTGS, IMPS, through various other ways, right? So under one epic, you see that how user stories are getting linked. With me so far? Are you able to understand, visualize, connect?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Likewise, I gave you the example of this fund transfer. We can have the account opening. Account could be of saving account, um, then recurring deposit account, fixed deposit account, joint account, current account, enterprise account. Likewise, you can have the multiple account type, and these can be treated as a user story under epic of account opening. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so you choose that and you create that one epic. Okay, for that you need to just type in summary and more details. If you want them to follow, you can just type under the description. I don't know who has configured over here in no, yeah, description. So that you can type into here. Inside epic, you can link further another multiple user stories one by one, and you create them. While you are mentioning the user story, you need to remember how exactly the user stories are written. Every user story comes with the acceptance criteria. Okay, so there are generally format of user story and acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria format is not that crucial and critical. Some of the organization will expect you to write in a specific format, but what is crucial is to write definition of readiness, to which we are calling it as a user stories and acceptance criteria. So user story, you will write one liner in the summary, and then follow the detailing inside the description. And you can once you have created a ticket, say for example this ticket is created, inside the created projects, in the comment section, can you all see the comment section over here? You can go ahead and detail it down, the corresponding acceptance criteria. But definitely in the description, it has to be written into the format that you need to remember. So we need to highlight that how exactly the these definition of done has to be written. Okay, with me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So coming back over here, so there are three main components of definition of done: functional requirement, non-functional requirement. When we say non-functional requirement, anything which is related to visibility, usability, or performance, these will become the part of non-functional. Okay. But when we say functional, uh, everything which is related to integration and function will become the part of functionality, functional requirement. Along with quality, everything will become the part of definition of done. Okay. So we have to choose what should be the right format to uh, write any correct definition of done. So format, you need to remember, are three important factor of any definition of done. You need to make sure while you are mentioning user story, there are three things will remain unchanged when you are explaining users any user story. Okay, and that under template you can see here. Can you all see that in the yellow sticky note what is written?
Yes.
Yeah. So here three things are unchanged. So anything which comes under the angular bracket are changeable. Okay. And what is there in the first angular bracket?
User, actor,
Actor. It will continue to change. What is there in the second angular bracket?
what, and
What or act. Okay. And what is there in the third angular bracket?
why or impact.
Yeah. So remember always, these format will not change, but whatever goes inside the angular bracket will continue to change. So what will not change in the first line of the user story?
As a,
As a. Okay. What will not change in the second line of the user story?
I want.
I want. Okay. In fact, I want to will should not change generally. And what will not change in the third line of the user story?
So that.
So whenever if I ask you, hey, go ahead, write the user story, and if your user story does not follow as a I want to, so that, okay, and the angle whatever goes inside the angular bracket, if it does not follow this format, that will not stand as a right user story. With me so far? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when we say as a user story, now imagine, let's refer back to the banking application only. And your banking application is ready and can be widely used by your consumer as well as the users. So when we say consumers, it means that if you go to the branch, physically you're visiting any branch, and you have two, three option. Okay. One, if is the kiosk is there, like ATM machine, you can go and check your own balance. Okay, that's number one. Imagine there is no kiosk. Okay, and there is no opportunity for you as a customer to check in, but all the staff member in the branch can tell you and help you to know your, tell you and help you to know your balance, account balance, right? So who all can be the bankers, who all can be the staff member in the bank? Can you tell me who all you find in a bank when it comes to staff member, bank staff member?
Teller, a banker,
Tailor, banker, who else?
manager, branch
Relationship
manager.
manager,
Manager.
Manager,
relationship
relation.
manager.
Yes, yes, yes. So these all people can help you out, yes or no? Given everyone
Yes.
has the authority to help you out to see your balance. Okay, so imagine if you're writing a user story for checking the you're checking your balance, okay, account balance. So if you're going to write a user story and you see that everyone can do that, and in this everyone, just imagine that I'm giving you the position of you know branch manager, assistant branch manager, your cashier, clerk, or tailor, or relationship manager. Okay, these all. So when you are writing one user story where I want to check my account balance so that I'm always updated to take the decision of deposit or withdrawal, say for example. Okay, so that I can take a right decision. So that is clear why you want to check your balance, because you want to take a decision. So your outcome is only one. Your outcome will impact your decision. Yes or no? You're very much clear onto that. Yeah.
Yes.
And I want to know my account balance. Even you are knowing the action, what you want to do. Yeah. Why you are doing this activity? Uh, your purpose to do is your purpose is to know the account balance, okay, so that you can take the right decision. So you're very much clear, one action, one decision. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One action, one decision. But when we are saying that as a user, so as a tailor, as as a tailor or cashier or a branch manager or manager, whatever, so can you go ahead and write this users, because everyone is doing one activity, one decision. So can you go ahead and write a user story like this? As a cashier, oblique tailor, oblique branch manager, oblique assistant branch manager, I want to know my bank balance so that I can take the right decision. Can you write one user story like this? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is a big no. Answer is what? A big no. You cannot club. all the users together and write under one user story. Are you getting it? Did you understand what I said just now? I said
Yep.
the answer is big no. You cannot club multiple users and write one user story. You will be writing multiple user story. As a cashier, uh, I want to help my customer so that they can know their bank balance. Okay, now it is tweaking. Who is writing the user story? Who is doing the activity? The cashier himself is
Cashier.
doing. Yeah. So once it is done, it will go ahead as a single user story. Now you will write another user story. Okay, the another user story will say that as a tailor, I want to help customer to know their bank balance so that they are updated, so that they can take decision, just like that. Okay, so that will be the another user story. A branch manager can do the same activity. So you are verifying every single person can do this activity. If you are going to club them, what may happen? If you're writing only one user story and clubbing everything together, what may happen? What is the potential flaw?
There'll be confusion.
There will be confusion. There are chances that this user story may not get checked for certain actors, certain user, because you have just checked for one user. You may not go ahead checking for the branch manager or cashier, because you have just done with the tailor, and may happen with the any another user too, right? That is kind of a risky affair. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the reason, if you are clubbing anything, if you see that there is a multiple factor, now the multiple factor could be your action as well. So if as a user, I want to I want to check my bank account, so so that I can do the fund transfer, or take the decision to create a new bank account, or can print my passbook. So multiple activity you can do that. Okay, but for every single activity, user story will also change. So user story will not only change when you are clubbing multiple users, but also it will change if you are clubbing it for multiple action, or you are clubbing it for multiple outcome. With me so far? Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
user story coming with any operator like and or will be found incorrect, because user story should not entertain any and operator inside it, or operator inside it, when it comes to any of these three lines. Yeah, are you getting more clarity, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that happened at which level? At the user story level, at the description level. When I showed you this comment area, in this comment area, what you can do is that you make sure you have added multiple acceptance criteria. Now, for the one user story can be the multiple acceptance criteria. Okay. There should be a business rule. Business rule means a business rule could be account going below the minimum balance will trigger an SMS or will trigger an email to the customer. Okay. Business rules are generally unchanged. These are designed to happen anyway, for sure. These are the mandatory rules. Okay. These will happen anyway. With me so far? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So business rule, acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria means to do certain activity, anyway you will log in. Yeah. Log into the system. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And once work is done, you will log out. Yeah. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
log in, log out, and view functionality by default will happen even if you are doing any user story. So whatever will follow as a mandatory action item anyway by default, that can be the part of the acceptance criteria 1, 2, 3, view, login, log out. That will anyway go under the acceptance criteria. You will write here literally acceptance criteria for one, okay, criteria, and below that you can write login, user login, you will write user logout. Okay, these things will be anyway checked. Okay, view rights to the user. Okay, so these are all. And if you say that you have written here acceptance criteria, okay, you have written here acceptance criteria, then you can also attach some mock files or workflow where excuse me, where you are defining that how things are moving or flowing with the help of flowchart or data points under which you are testing it. Okay, so everything you will just follow. Say for example, acceptance criteria I have written here, I want to add the workflow as a flowchart. Okay, so I can go ahead and I can just type here as the activity flow diagram, okay, as a business analyst, and I'm just attaching it. I will go, if I have saved the flow chart, I will go and attach it from my local computer. Yep. With me so far? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So we will
Yes.
continue to develop this comment area. And coming back, now let's understand more at deeper level. Okay. So here you see when I was giving you the example. So here are two exemplary user story. Okay. And here if you'll see that here outcome is changing in both the user story. Okay. So what is the outcome is changing? So as a flyer, I want to view my past trip. Both are the user story with the same user, same action, but the outcome will change. In one of the outcome, what is the so that I can find out how much LTA I can claim, and in other, your objective is to find out how many miles I have earned. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
You see that
Yes.
this yielded a new user story. If I would have gone in a very typical uh, thought process, I could have thought in this way: why can't I club them? As I said that this is mandatory, nothing can be clubbed together in a user story, and that's the reason with the different outcome we have different user stories too. Yeah, with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if our action item would have been different, we will yield the another user story. If the user will differ, we will yield another user story. However, if you'll focus the acceptance criteria, you can always maintain. Okay. So in the acceptance criteria, which may go inside the you know either in the comment or even in the description just below the acceptance criteria, you can write should be able to find out rupees or dollars spent per trip. Okay, should be able to find out rupees or dollar spent per financial year, and should be able to generate report as well, right? If you can do two activities or three activities, how many activities you can do while developing one user story or checking one user story, you can make sure what all the extra action item I can perform. Okay, when I say action item means not exactly dedicated objective or action item, but while doing that what all may happen. Okay, say for example, I gave you the example of login, logout and view. So that is anyway by default happening. That's the reason I can maintain that under the acceptance criteria. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
No, yes.
Thank you. So now here in the another user story, you see that the similar kind of acceptance criteria has come. Should be able to find out miles spent because the objective is knowing more about the mile. Should be able to find out validity of miles. Okay, even you can take those under the consideration and record. Now, if you have seen and understood these level of differences, now I have a task for you. Okay, and that task goes like this. Okay, see, here is one exemplary task. Okay, here it says that user is who? A registered frequent flyer. From which airlines? Fly Agile Airlines. Okay, so user story is writing as a registered frequent flyer of Fly Agile Airlines. I want to do what? book my tickets
Okay.
through Fly Agile Airlines portal so that I can gain my miles. Okay, so this level of clarity is there in this exemplary user story, and what all the acceptance criteria it undergoes. Should authenticate user. You remember I was talking about login. Consider the functionality already exists. So if there is assumption, you are quoting the assumption in the acceptance criteria. Yeah, so without if anything is assumption, don't forget to quote them. Yeah, if it is assumption, like here it is quoted in the parenthesis. Can you all see that? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now then you move ahead further and talk about should be able to do the flight search. Okay, so if you can do these many activity, so on the way, so while doing these activity, flight search option should be there. Then only you can gain these details, right? You can select flight as well. Okay, then only you can take the right decision. Should be able to enter passenger details. Then you can go more in details and do you should be able to make payment, confirm the payment, add miles to the passenger profile. If you can do these all activity, and then towards the end you can generate the outcome like gaining my miles. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
If that is the case, if I'll ask, if you are a Fly Agile airline member, registered user, either you will be the bronze member, silver member, or gold member. So there are how many types of membership?
Three.
Three.
Three types. And how many classes do you see?
Two.
2 classes.
Two.
Two classes.
And how many distance criteria you see?
3.
Three. Three distance criteria, 3 classes, and three membership. Okay. And for every membership type under every class till certain distance, you are gaining certain, uh, additional miles, or you are gaining extra discount. Okay, additional kilometer counts you are gaining for free if you fall in any criteria. So for such 3 different outcomes, depending upon 3 different membership, depending upon from which class you are coming, under which distance criteria, can you create for every such outcome uh, different user story? Can you think that it can be created? Yes, no? If you are able to read this table in right manner. So here, who is the user? Who can be the user? Can someone tell me? Tell me, if I need to write a user story for this outcome, how should I start? Can someone try it?
As a
Frequent flyer.
Okay, as a registered
Frequent
flyer. Yeah,
Frequent
as a
flyer.
registered flyer. But
As a registered bronze member,
yeah, that's brilliant.
bronze member of Fly Agile Airlines,
Yeah.
I want to book my ticket in economy class so that I can
No, but yeah, till here you are right. You as a which type of member in which class you are booking, but up to what?
less than 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, so that what will happen?
Oh, so that we can get like 50% of the.
Additional kilometer count. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are very much clear how you have created for the bronze. And likewise, you continue with all the permutation combination and minimum how many user story you can create reading this table. What do you think? Any answer? Any judgment? Any? Yeah, go ahead. Be louder.
18, I think we can create 18.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So if you all can minimum create 18 user stories. So can I give you this as a part of your home play? You go back and find time for till upcoming next week and create this as a part of said assignment. This is going to be your said assignment where you will be creating those 18 user stories. Can you create that?
Yeah.
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 So what I'll do, I'll just take this screenshot, exemplary translation screenshot. Will be making sure that you go ahead and do your home play. Okay. I have given you this in your group, BA Agile Scrum group. This, look at it and create it. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. So this is your assignment, guys. Very much clear onto this? Yes, no?
We have to
Yes.
create this in a tool and present.
It's all up to you. Even you can write into Notepad, take a picture and send it to me, or just type into Microsoft Word, convert them into PDF and send it into the group. All the assignments should be done into only group. If you're sending me one-on-one, there are chances it may get missed, and I highly recommend you not to give me on one-on-one, because one of the 1 to 3 candidates have been victim of me seeing their assignment after a year or so. Even I was not, I don't know how it got missed. So everything which is coming into the WhatsApp group are never getting missed. Okay. And that's the reason I recommend you, whatever you will do it into WhatsApp group. But when it comes to choosing the tool, you can choose any tool. Okay. Use simple Microsoft Word or create. It's all up to you. You have got a free hand for this. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if it is clear, any question around it, guys, on user story? Yeah, any question?
So
No?
when you so the bronze member, when it says kilometer count 50%, so does that mean that they're giving the user is getting a 50%
For free, extra 50%
Okay.
kilometer count for free in their
Okay.
next or whatever visit, okay, or trip.
Okay.
All right. So with this note, if you have not any further question, we'll move ahead. Let me ask if Prerna is there. Prerna, can you take the next slide, please? Yeah. Hi, Prerna, if you're there, can you take the next one? I think you are speaking on mute, I guess. Prerna, check. Okay, guys. So I want someone to read this first bullet point for me under quality.
Quality is largely aligned to the coding language, rapid application development, RAD, technical tools to build the product. Quality is owned by the development team to ensure that the product is of the maximum quality. These quality standards can be subjective and also data-driven.
Yeah, you can continue.
Example, define coding standards like identified in tools, FX, COP, etc. Test-driven development, unit test coverage, maintainability index, no defects or known defects, technical depth, design principles.
Thank you so much for reading this out entirely. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
hi, Gaurav.
yeah. Hi, Prerna. So, yeah,
Hi, yeah,
so I just want, I'll explain this slide and you can take the
sure.
another one. Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Yeah. So guys, this quality, when we are talking about user stories and all, so just not the user story completion, we also make sure that all those criteria which comes under quality, and this is not just one quality assurance team responsibility. As an entire development team, you make sure that every single standard of quality has been followed. Okay. It can be checked not only with the debt defects, but also with the technical debts. Technical debts means it depends upon the development team, who are the coders. They ensures that when it comes to technical debt of certain line of codes can be maintained for few dates. Okay. it the impact of technical debt is that with the correspond to line of codes that may keep your software more heavier and bulky. Likewise, maintainability index for certain days, this software can be maintained. You're checking onto that unit test coverage. When we are talking about all those coders, whatever they develop, they at initial level they check at their own place. Okay, they check on their own area and make sure the first test happens at their end itself. That will become the part of unit test coverage. Test driven development is generally done by your QA team, where they come up with the various type of test data, and based on that they check the suitability of what do you call suitability of mm, yeah, suitability of this entire software and application. So these are the quick checks that you should be very mindful about, so that all goes under the quality. So with this note, we'll move to the next slide, and now I will invite you, Prerna, for go ahead and take this up now.
Thank
And
you so much, Gaurav. Thank you for all the in detail explanation as well.
would you like
I'll
to
just
take the
request you
control?
okay, yeah. Okay, give me a second. Actually, I was preparing the PPT from my end, but give me a second. I need to connect to the meeting because my web WhatsApp is a little slow, so it's still loading. So maybe a couple of more minutes and then I can take the control. Okay, I'm just working on that.
Yeah, let me know.
So yeah, so let us start with the non-functional requirements. Gaurav has explained the technical requirements, like technical depths, how the line of code should be proper. So guys, this is a little technical side, but then it's good to know information even as a BA, as a Scrum Master, or as a product owner, that whatever work we do, when we talk about programming or development and coding, so that's just not only technical. There has to be quality that needs to be followed. Your code should be good enough that it should not give scope for any bugs or for any loopholes. Okay, so that was regarding all these aspects of technicality. Now let us go to non-functional requirement. Okay, when we say non-functional, that simply means that uh, all this development and all this work that we do, or all these parameters that we are checking, they in general cannot be seen on the screen or in the application. Like if I tell you to go on amazon.com and for example, buy yourself maybe a mobile phone. Okay, can you do this activity? Go on amazon.com and buy a mobile for yourself. Everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah, because that is a functionality of Amazon that allows you to buy anything, right? But if I tell you, okay, go and check the speed of Amazon, whenever you're surfing, how fast it is loading, can you as a user check that, normal user?
No.
No, but then it is one of the very important non-functional requirement. Nowadays it has really reduced, but earlier, whenever there was some error, or if you're trying to find some old website or some maybe university website or some old government website, you used to get that 404 page not found error. Have you seen this error on
Yes.
your screen? Yes.
We still get it.
So
Yeah.
we are looking at not having these kind of errors upfront. Even Amazon is very smart and very tricky, that when you can't find a particular product, they show a very cute puppy face or puppy image and say, sorry, we couldn't find that. Right? Have you come across that when you're searching for something and you're not able to get that? Have you seen that puppy face on Amazon application anytime, or on website?
Yes.
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 That's a
Yes.
trick. That's a trick, as in it's as simply as that they don't have that product with them, and they want you to just they just want you to feel not so bad about it, or they don't want you to feel that, oh, Amazon doesn't have that product. So because when you look at that puppy image, you're like, the first reaction just goes away. You don't even think about anything else. You're like, okay, they don't have that product. So simple fact is, how we manage the non-functional requirement. Okay, can I request one person to read out all the points mentioned for non-functional requirements, please?
Availability, maintainability, performance, reliability, scalability, security, usability, compliance or regulatory, legal.
Thank you for reading it out. Now, you must have understood the first point we just discussed about availability. Availability means when you click on Amazon.com or when you click on Facebook.com, that website should open. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think not now, but maybe 2 years back, there was some sudden issue in on Facebook, and Facebook was kind of down for like a couple of hours. Are you aware of that? Gaurav knows
Yes.
it because we had given that example in our those current sessions. Yeah. You know what big havoc it was and how much revenue Mark Zuckerberg lost on that? Yes. So,
Yes.
guys, it is that important because if your website is not up and running, that means users are not able to access that. For that amount of time, you are losing your business. Okay. Now it is for Facebook or for Amazon, it is business. Imagine if a hospital website is down and you have to make some payments for any emergency operation. How would that feel? Right? It's critical, isn't it? Yeah. So same way, this is the concept behind availability. That means your application, your product, your website, anything, whatever you call it, it needs to be available all the time. Okay, when it is live. Second is maintainability. Maintainability simply means now again going back to Facebook because it's a very it's a classic example. From since when you guys are using Facebook? Any idea?
2007.
2009.
Okay.
2009.
Yeah. Can you tell me in yes and no, is today's Facebook same as what it was in 2007,
No.
2009, and 2010?
No, no.
Okay. I remember I was not so reluctant to go on Facebook because that time we had Orkut. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
know it. India, we had Orkut, and it was
Orkut,
like
yes.
now I'm like, it looks so childish. It has a very simple UI, user interface, just like a wall. But then it was kind of little private. And if you send message to that person, it was like a personal chat. When I came to Facebook, I was like, why are you writing on anybody's wall? And why is everyone looking at that? So for me, it was like an invasion of privacy, and took a lot of time. But what I remember, Facebook was one blue page, like a one blue big wall where you can search friends, you can write on their wall, you can update your profile picture, you can upload your photos, and you can poke someone. That I don't know why that weird feature was there. You can poke someone. So we could actually name the features on Facebook that time, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And today, can you even imagine what all features Facebook provides? I mean, trust me, I don't know. I'm not a regular user on Facebook, but that's what I feel is from starting a community, from starting your own page, from video calling, from chatting, from group chatting. I don't know. I think you can do almost anything and everything. You can raise funds, right? You have a
Video
fundraiser,
calls also.
Marketplace.
marketplace. I mean, what not?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Video
I'm just not
calls.
aware because there's so many things on Facebook, right? So this concept is related to maintainability. By the way, Facebook is a classic. Facebook or Amazon, they're the classic example when we talk about non-functional requirements. So that's why I like to give that because we can connect to their behavior. So maintainability means since 2007 now, guys, it's almost 17 years. Do you even imagine? Like, if someone was born at that year, that guy or girl is a teenager now. Like 17 years, Facebook has been maintained and its performance is rather better. The third point that is we have is performance. Even earlier, I think it was so static, it was so simple, but now can you just imagine, like even being a non-technical guy, how much data Facebook has? Like almost everyone has their all the pictures that are posted on Facebook. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So, pictures are so heavy. If you have the SD images, so we have pictures, we have, we have videos, we have, I don't know, what not, everything. So that has to do with performance and reliability. Reliability means, like, I think 17 years is a pretty long period of time to call it reliable, right? As an application. I am not getting into any virtual or virtue related agreement or argument that okay, it's good or bad at social media, but then as a website it is still there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Reliability point of view. And scalability we just discussed, like 17 years back it was like a wall. I mean, this used to look like a blue wall that somebody had pasted their house with, and then you can just dump things and you can view that. That's it. And now, I mean, it has reached to new heights that we don't even we are not even aware of what you can do, and we are not even sure tomorrow what they can come up with again, right? Now they have integration with Instagram, though I have not tried that, so you can like share your data with Instagram, you can have that connection. I mean, I just honestly speaking, I feel so lost on Facebook nowadays. I just don't get into it. So and anyways, lack of time from other activities. So yes, so scalability, again, a very important point. And then security, guys. You remember recently, not too recently, there was a news that Facebook data is leaked. Yes. Did you hear that news by any chance? I mean, it was kind of under wraps, to be very honest, but yes. Yes, no. Or
No.
forget Facebook, but have you ever heard that, okay, any bank's data has been leaked, or, any information has been leaked? Some kind of news have you heard?
Yes.
Yeah,
In
it
SK
happens
was
time to
very
time.
famous one.
It happens time to time.
Yeah, it happens time to time. Then that has to do with the security, because imagine it's your and my personal data, like our family pictures or whatnot, like we also have our educational details, our birth dates, or honestly speaking, very sensitive data we put in on Facebook that should not be put, it's very tricky for any intelligent. I mean, it's very easy for any intelligent or normal hacker to hack that. So to avoid that, they really need to have a lot of security levels. Okay, so that is data security, network security, everything that they can manage, and they do. So that has to be managed. Usability, again, we have no idea how many millions of people use Facebook. Yes or no? I mean, I think worldwide, everyone uses Facebook. Next point is compliance and regulatory. Now, this has a lot to do with the, I would say, other industries as well. Like, for example, when you're working with banking, or you're working with, I would say, finance or audit industry, right? That time, you really have to, uh, Gaurav, I have sent you the request. Have you got that? For control?
Yeah, approved.
Okay, yeah. Please give me so I can manage this. Yeah. So guys, we were talking about compliance and regulatory. So see, I've been part of Indian as well as international banks, while working in my career. So their compliance, audit, even the regulatory, it's so important. Like whatever application we do, it has sensitive data, especially with banks. They have all our personal details, and social security number. In India, we have Aadhaar card, PAN card, and things like that. So those really need to be, kept safe. You should not. They should not. These data should not be available for anyone. Okay, so please remember that. So that that data needs to be encrypted. So all that compliance thing that comes in the picture. And last is legal. Yes, that we get to see that over some patent or over some rights issue, somebody sends a legal notice, or somebody, like, you also must have seen when you serve something and you find some images that those images have watermark. Watermark is something written on the top of that image where that image is sourced from, and they clearly say that it is not an image, it is just a representation. It is, we do not have copyright on any image. So why do you think people do all that? Sometimes it looks so annoying because that image or that picture, maybe a baby picture, maybe a celebrity picture, or maybe any destination, any location, natural, place, or a beautiful location picture, but it will have a watermark. These are all things for to avoid this compliance and legal issues that they say, guys, like, if somebody is writing a blog, nowadays, though vlogs are very in, but even sometimes people write a blog, so when they have those pictures and they just say that, okay, they say the courtesy from this website, have you noticed this small details?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Even for like a lot of, if you're searching or surfing anything, they have those watermarks. Why? Because they're clearly saying this is not our property, this is not our data. So, please don't drag us to the court for this data, issue, or this for this controversy, or for this argument that you're using our data. Okay. Gaurav, I am not able to. Yes, I am able to. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So guys, we're done with all these non-functional points, and I have taken example of Facebook and Amazon. Do you have any doubts in this as of now? Any particular point? Because see, tomorrow when you're working as a BA, or even as a Scrum Master, as a project manager, as a product owner, in any role, it's always good to know that these parameters are very important for any kind of development activities. Yes? Any doubts, guys?
No.
No?
No.
Only one person
No.
says no, others? Yeah? Good. Okay,
No.
fine. Thank you. So let us go ahead. Let us understand what is DoD. Okay. So first of all, DoD stands for definition of done. Okay. Now, can you tell me in plain English, what do we understand by definition of done? Just by reading these words, definition of done, what do you understand?
The product is ready to be released. The code is tested. There are several things inside.
It's fine. I mean, I don't want you to, okay, let me not, don't read this slide. I'm just telling you in plain English, like, if we are just, if you're just discussing, just forget that we are in this session, and you're just talking with your friends or your colleagues, and you're just saying definition of done. So English word, definition of done. So what does it mean? I just want you to
The
have
work,
this understanding.
so the work is really completed, I guess.
Completed.
Yes. Can you please repeat, both of you?
When it is completely done, completed, without any further alterations or changes, it's considered
Okay.
done.
Perfect. So you're just saying, we are just saying that when something should be called as completed or done,
when it meets
that,
the quality which is required for the product.
absolutely right, Shubhangi. We are just saying that, you guys got into super detail, which is very good. We are going ahead, going towards that. But as of now, I was just trying to understand that when we say definition of done, this phrase means when can we define and how can we define that something is completed? That is called as definition of done. Okay. When you say, are you done eating? That means, have you finished eating? Have you completed your lunch or any kind of meal that you're having? That means, are you done with that activity? So here, with respect to technical development, technical and even functional side of development, when do we call it definition of done? Okay, it's quite interesting. Yeah. Can someone read out the first initial DoD part? Is it visible? You can enlarge your screen if you are not able to read it.
All acceptance
Yes.
criteria met unit test coverage less than 85%, functional test passed, no known defects, peer code review passed.
Code review, yeah.
Okay. Documentation completed.
Oops. Gaurav, I went on another. I wanted to increase. Oh, 1 second. Oh, God. Okay, sorry. That's a different. Okay. Give me a second, my bad. No, this. Okay. No, this is not this slide that we're looking at. One second.
Wait a
guys.
second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. I was just trying to enlarge it. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So thank you for reading it out. What it says is, now this is a little from the technical side, okay? Though it has nothing to do with your technical knowledge. These all things are good to know. Good to know means it's important from the only understanding point of view, not implementation point of view. So if you know the concept, that's all fine. So first thing is all acceptance criteria met. Now, what is acceptance criteria? As the word suggests, acceptance criteria means the criteria which has to be fulfilled or completed or adhered to in order to in order to get a yes or no from the client. Like for example, if we are creating a website like Amazon.com, a customer comes to us and says, "Hey guys, we want to create this website. Can you help us out with that?" And we would say, "Yes, we can very much develop this kind of website." And the customer says, "But I just want to have, per se, I don't know if you have the news, if you have heard the news, just to ensure that you remember this topic, that I just want to have the news that Deepika and Ranveer had their baby born on 8th, and I want to have that as a highlight on my website for next 1 week." So now you know what, whatever or however stupid it might sound, but it is a criteria for customer, and we have to do that. So now I just gave you a very light example, but in some scenarios, like customer can say, "I need to have I would say multiple videos in my application, or multiple pictures from on my website, and I want this functionality." So whatever the customer is asking for mandatorily, if I have to put in that way, that is your acceptance criteria. Okay, simple to easy to understand. The next point is unit test coverage should be more than 85%. Now, this is a standard. By the way, these points are standard in all the DODs. So when we say unit test coverage needs to be more than 85%, that means, first of all, unit test is the testing done by the single programmer. Like if we all are a team of developers, imagine you, me, Gaurav, we all are a team of developers, and we all are developing, say, Amazon.com or Facebook, any website that you like. So whenever we, as a single user or single developer, work on something, we do not just complete that and say, "Okay, our work is completed, and now the QA or testing team can test it." Even before the testing team or quality assurance team test it, as a developer, as a coder, as a programmer, I also need to test that functionality on my machine, like, the developer's machine, and that is called as unit testing. Okay, so generally it is like testing of each individual functionality that is done by the developer itself, and that needs to be passed for more than 85%. In short, your code needs to be up and running. There should not be any visible bugs. There should not be any roadblocks in that application. Okay, easy to understand? Yes, no, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Functional test passed. Now, functional test passed simply means that the functionality that we are asking for, like, if I have to buy a product now, earlier I had given that example that can you go and buy a mobile phone on Amazon, and you all said yes. So that functionality has to be working. It should not be that you go on, Amazon.com and you search for a mobile and that, that mobile is not available. That's one thing. Second, if that mobile is available and you're trying to add it to the card, it is not getting added. It is giving some error or some bug, and that is an issue. Even if it is added to the, cart, and you're going to the payment and the payment method is not accepted, that is also an issue. So same scenario, like, the entire process has to be streamlined or simple. So that's what functional test pass. So what is the functionality the customer that has asked for? That needs to be completed. As simple as that. That needs to work full-fledged. No known defect. It simply means there should not be any issues or bugs or bugs and issues are, guys, when I said 404 error or even that puppy face, or those are actually, I mean, puppy face is not a bug as such, but then it is a very, I would say, clever way to hide that they cannot, offer you or deliver you as of now. So what we are saying is that, does this anytime happen that you're surfing on Amazon.com and you open a particular link, like, you're trying to search for, say, mobile phone only, and you just click on particular mobile phone, and then the page crashes, or there is no data. Has it happened with you? Honestly, it has never happened with me. Has it ever happened with you? Anything you're trying to open on Amazon and then it did not open, or it get through an error, something like that?
No.
No, because Amazon is that good. Yeah. And that is what it says, that it says is no known defect. That means there should not be any issue that a developer knows and still we are going on with it. Okay. So yes, ensure. See, unknown issues are something that we can't speculate. Okay. They might come. It might be because too many people are accessing the same page at the same time or something like that. But known things, as developers are aware of certain things that might come, arise, but they should take care of that. Second is peer code review and peer code review passed. Okay, when we say this, first of all, what do we understand when we say peer? What is a peer?
Friends.
Friend, buddy, yes. Okay, so here when we talk about peer code review and peer code review passed means, like, for example, per se, if you guys are sitting in a classroom, okay, just no, not virtual, an actual classroom, and you are okay, I'll give you a very funny example you might remember. During your college days, if there was a surprise test and you were sitting with your best friend, okay, and you both did not study, but then somehow still you were giving that exam, and while the teacher had the bag on, your desk, didn't you check with your friend that what you guys were writing, and you correct, and you were like, okay, this is fine, both of you? Yes or no? Give me a genuine answer. I mean, we did that for surprise test. I will be honest, because we were not prepared for any surprise test. So yeah. So you're sitting with your best friend and you got a surprise test and you really didn't know what to answer, but still you're writing something and you need to check with your friend. How does that sound? Did you do that? Yes or no? You guys are being some that was a very politically correct answer. But yes, so that is a peer review, guys. That is a peer review. I mean, not exactly in the same manner as in, but then as a once when a developer develops something, okay, and then it is asked by the other peer to check, it is called as a peer review. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So peer review and peer review pass, and that also needs to be passed. It needs to be okay. So it's not only you're checking, you're also passing it, like, okay, it's fine, it's working properly. And last but not the least, documentation completed. Okay. So whatever project related document that we have, it needs to be finished. It needs to be completed. Okay. Now going to the mature DOD. Okay, can someone read out all the points, please? Mature DOD.
All business functionality and acceptance criteria met, no dependents unattended, unit test coverage greater than 85%, no errors on coding standards, technical depths less than 5 days subjective, maintainability index for the module or code greater than 90, functional test automation greater than 75%, functional test passed, no defects, peer code review passed, documentation completed.
Yes. So here, if you can see, we have some more points than what we had earlier. So let us understand the new points. Okay. The first, what it says is all business functionalities and acceptance criteria is met. So whatever the customers had asked for, that functionality we need to complete, and also their acceptance criteria, that along with whatever they have asked for, and in addition to that, what they mandatorily need. So if we don't complete something, so they will not accept the code. So that is their acceptance criteria. We just recently discussed that. No dependence unattended. That simply means if your website has some dependency, like how we navigate through any application or any like how you want to upload a picture on Facebook, and you went to that tab and you have to, like, select like an image, or you click on upload and the dialogs box comes in, select an image or browse an image. And imagine if that dialog box is open, but you are not able to select a particular image. Will you be able to upload an image if you are not able to select image from that browse option? Yes, no? Like any functionality, if you're trying to do, and if you're stuck in between, would you be happy to do such activity, or you will be like, hey, what is this? This is not working. What would be your reaction?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second
Not
scenario.
happy.
Yes. So that's what we are saying, that no dependence should be unattended. Okay. Unit test coverage, we mentioned no errors on coding standard, guys. Again, a technical side, that there should not be any issues. I mean, it's like, if we are a development team and somebody writes a code, like for example, one of you writes a code and the other person is asked to review or check that, and that person should be able to check that code. It should have proper commenting, it should have proper headings, as in comments means you need to mention what functionality this code is doing, and there should not be any loose global variables. That means your code should not be prone to errors. Okay, that's what we are trying to say. So for now, for you, it's for you guys, for understanding, this much details are sufficient. If I have to mention technical debts are not less than 5 days, that simply means that in future, if you have any technical issue, that should be I mean, that should not cost more, that should not be so big that that issue needs the time we spend to resolve that issue should be incur us losses. So in short, like if you're working on something and that gives a problem, that problem should be solved within a given period of time. If you're developing a website and there is some issue, some bug, we need to ensure that issue resolution should not take a longer period of time. That's what it means in simple words. Easy to understand? Yes, no? Any doubts till now? Guys? Yeah, I know this is a little different, but still. Again, maintainability index has to do with your coding maintainability, ranging between 0 to 100 generally, and then the higher the value, closer to 100, it is like your code is maintainable, your code is good to work with. So It's simple that today if I write a code, how much relevant it would be like down the line 1 year, after 1 year, after 2 years. So it's simply from the technical point of view. But just remember this point that whatever we are writing, whatever we are developing, that needs to be relevant, that needs to be maintainable. Okay. Functional test automation, that means whatever testing that we are doing, if we can automate that, that means with the use of some tools, if we can do that, and that also needs to be 75%. That means in short, your functional testing should be more than 75%. Your functionality that you're developing, that should work. So it's like there are 100 tasks online, 75 tasks should work. Like, click on that, click on this, buy this, add to cart, pay. So, out of this 100 functionalities, at least 75% functionalities should work. Easy to understand? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Functional test passed. Yes, that this testing should be passed. No known defects. We have, discuss all the remaining 4 points. I know we are at time, but let me just, complete this. Gaurav, what do you suggest? Should we just complete this because it is in the flow? Guys, are you okay to spend another 3 minutes?
Yes,
Yes,
we are okay.
finish the slide.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Yeah, so can I request somebody to just read it out, and then we can go line by line, which is pending.
All
So just
business
read it out.
functionality and acceptance criteria met. No dependence unattended. No bill failures. Integration testing passed. Unit testing coverage greater than 85%. No errors in coding standards. Technical depths less than 5 days subjective. Maintainability index for the modules or code greater than 90. Functional test automation 75%. Functional test passed. Regression test passed. PEN test passed.
Penetration testing, that is, yeah.
Load test passed.
Good.
Performance test passed. No known defects. Peer code review passed. Documentation completed. Compliance documents updated. Regulatory requirements complete. UAT approved.
Thank you so much for reading it out. Now, can you see when we have a stringent, or I would say a strict definition of done, we have so many additional pointers. Okay, so we'll just run through the newer ones. The other ones we already discussed. So first point, yes, all functionality should be completed, criteria is met, no dependency, no build failures. Now build failure means when you're developing something, it's called as building. Okay, it's called as creating a build. Okay, just nobody uses that term, but just for understanding. So we have that code built on our machine. So at times there are some issues or fails on that build. And those can also be diverted, or those can also be in a way managed. But then we are saying to no, please resolve them. Don't hide or manage them. Okay, that's important. That's a technical side. So just listen and try to understand this. Integration testing passed means we said about unit testing. That means a developer check each and every page of their application and whatever functionality they had doing. So now that was single. Here it is when we say integration. So you integrate your entire application, and now you're checking complete Amazon.com as a website. Okay, every functionality is working, start to end. Am I able to log in? Am I able to log out? Am I able to make payments? Am I able to add money to the wallet? Am I able to add the payment method? So whatever functionality we have, that all needs to be passed. Okay, unit test coverage, yes, when we check, it should be more than 85%. No errors in coding standards. We all know technical debts means any issues that need to be resolved within 5 working days. If we have, see here, maintainability index, they have said there should be more than 90. So the highest being 100, more than 90 is like the top quality code you need to maintain. Functional test automation, we also learned that it needs to be completed. It should be automated. More than 75% should be completed. Functional test. Now, we just learned about non-functional requirement earlier, availability, reliability. So same way, functional means all the functionality what you see on the website that needs to be completed. Regression, regression is like I've done that so many times in my earlier profile. So it's like whenever we are completing any work, we always have to check it holistically. Now I'll just give you a very simple day-to-day example. When we are leaving home and we are about to lock your house, do you have a habit of going to the kitchen and checking if the store gas is is closed or it's not on, or just check that if any lights are on? Do you do that by any chance? I sometimes do that if I'm going for a long trip or something like that. Daily I don't check the gas because I know it's not open. Do you do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like that kind of checking on your application. So it's like, though we are checking smaller functionality, but we need to check, on sample basis, it's some particular functionality working fine. Is a critical functionality working fine? That is called as a regression test, and that needs to be passed. PEN stands for penetration testing, guys. And as the word suggests, it means we on purpose, tell our developers or some ethical hackers to check and see if our application is vulnerable to hacking, if they can crack or if they can, uh, find a loophole in some of the security, if they can exploit app. I mean, just try to break the application on ethical grounds to ensure that not any other person can or not any other hackers can do that. So it's like, when we lock our door, and if you have that particular lock, the bigger lock that you used to have in earlier days, so we have that habit of just snatching that, just trying to ensure that okay, it's locked. Or even if you have that direct lock, you just push your door to ensure that okay, it is locked. Do you do that? I mean, most of us do still, just to ensure that it is locked properly, like your door might be locked, or anything that you're checking. So same way, we need to ensure that we try to break our own application, we try to find loopholes or issues in that, just to ensure that others cannot. So it's a foolproof application. It's called as a penetration testing. Okay. Load test means, as we say, that so many users use Facebook at the same time, still it is working fine, still there is no page not found error, still there is no issue. You can access, I can access, we all can access at the same time. That is your load testing. That means how much load, how many people logged in at the same time that they can manage. Then performance test, yes, again, if I'm clicking on Amazon.com, how much time it takes to load the site. If I write Google.com on my web browser, how much time it takes to load the, Google browser. Or sorry, not browser, Google page, home page, if I have to call it. So that's the performance. If it takes some fraction of seconds, absolutely great. If it takes some seconds, not good. If it takes minutes, it's horrible, it's worse, there's an issue, right? Because users do not stay on a particular page for more than some seconds. Okay, that's the time any user spends on a particular page. It's in seconds, not in minutes. No known defects, we all know. Peer code review, yes. Documentation, we understood. Now last 3 points. Yes, compliance documents, regulatory requirements. So guys, this is from the compliance and legal point of view. At times they do require some additional documents asking who all are the admin for this particular application, who are the users for this application. That is our sensitive internal data, and that needs to be kept properly. And last is UAT, that is user acceptance test. That means the application that you develop, that needs to be tested by your internal team or even by the client team. And then that testing, that needs to be passed. It's called as user acceptance test. Okay, that the users are testing and they have to give the acceptance. Okay, so that completes a stringent DOD. It has a lot of points, so don't get taken aback by that. It's fine if you do not know all or do not understand everything as of now. Not everyone follows a stringent DOD, but just from knowledge point of view, from understanding point of view, it's a good to know details. That's why we have spent so much of time on this. Okay. So thank you so much for your patience. We're almost 9 minutes past, and I know you have been very cooperative. So thank you so much. So
I have
just
one
handing
question.
over to, yeah, go ahead.
How it is decided whether it will be initial DoD or mature or
It is decided by
stretch?
the organization or by the team. Okay. And by the way, honestly speaking, nobody even mentions that you have your set practices that, okay, you have to create this document, that document. It is not always so visible, but yeah, in some organization they might mention it. So it's like a day-to-day task. Here we are learning as a topic. That's why we are focusing so much on it. Generally, unless it is a banking application or it is a government or regulatory, generally initial to mature DoD suffice, or it can be like mix of both of them. And in case it is audit or legal, then additional documents are asked. But stringent DoD is really very, I would say, time consuming. So, I mean, depends what kind of application you're working. Okay, you're working on a rocket launching, then definitely stringent DoD. But if you're working on a simple website, like, any simple website for any particular college or school or any library or any simpler version, then definitely a simpler or initial DoD should suffice. So it's again case to case basis. Yeah. Any doubts, guys? Anybody else?
I have a follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
So is it so the DoD, is it documented or is it a verbal, agreement among all the team members,
No,
or
no.
how
These
does that
these
work in
these
real
these,
life?
these things
I mean,
are
real work.
documented.
Documented.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yeah.
it's defined by each team member, right? Like Scrum
Not
or
team member, It should be
BSQS.
defined by the organization first, or if not the organization, it can be at the project level.
Okay.
So your product owner or project manager, in whichever setup you're working, they can decide. And it is documented. That means you will have an email that, okay, UAT test is passed. I had been sending mail, okay, regression is passed. Because it should be in black and white. It should be in the mail. There has to be evidence, attached. What all we tested, what all files, what all documents, what are your observations. So yes, if we are doing it, then there will be evidences.
Okay, very good. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. Over to you, Gaurav. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prerna. So guys, now is time for a quick attendance. You know that how we are going to take this attendance. Just go ahead to your WhatsApp group, and in the WhatsApp group, you are going to mention your name. Okay. Just mention your name here. Okay. Name, and then one word or one statement that you feel like saying, and I'll go through them personally review them, and I will mark your attendance after reading them. Okay. So this is how we are going to do. Thank you so much for showing up and having patience to go overrun by 13 minutes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Talk to you soon again. Good night, everyone. Take care. Good night all.